Wow!
Al Pacino!
It's not Al anymore. It's Dunk.
Dunkachino?
Don't mind if I do.
What's my name?
Dunkachino!
It's a whole new game.
Dunkachino!
You want creamy goodness? I'm your friend. Say hello to my chocolate blend. Attica, hoo-ah, lottie light. This whole trial is out of sight. They pull me back in with hazelnut too. Caramel swirl, I know it was you. Everyone wants my Dunkachino. Can't get enough of my Dunkachino. Kids from 7 to 17 lining up for my Dunkachino. What's my name?
Dunkachino!
Ah,
Dunkachino!
And boom, there you have it. It's actually 32 seconds, so I gotta lose 2 seconds. Maybe you can tell me what part you would lose, but I think we are getting there.
Burn this.
I'm sorry?
This must never be seen by anyone.
If you didn't like all those close-ups, we can. No, this is not the final cut. There's no doubt we can.
All copies. Destroy them.
You want me to play it again?
Has anybody seen this?
Nobody has seen this.
They have to be found and talked to.
All right. To be honest, I showed my wife.
No
She
good.
couldn't believe.
No.
No good.
It's kind of like him talking about, you watch Real Geek Media? No good. Burn all the copies of these. So you are aware that Al Pacino is now broke.
No, I was not aware.
So he says the only reason he did this movie, Jack and Jill, which is the Adam Sandler movie, which we just played the clip from, where he did the Dunkachino, which plays on all the memes, on all Instagram and everything else, because it's hysterical, was because he was broke and fucked.
He's still broke?
Oh, well, apparently he lost all his finances due to a Ponzi scheme from a bad accountant in 2011.
Oof.
So this
Bernie
is kind
Madoff.
of a mixture of different stories here, Hayden. I'm going to pull them all together because this is not all covered in this. This is an IndieWire article. For those of you in the audience who don't know, these are real news articles that we read from, and they're not made up or embellished by us, and we just kind of give a humorous slant to them. And in his new memoir, Sonny Boy, Pacino says he had an accountant who in 2011 stole a bunch of money from him, and how he found out, he went on this grand trip to Europe and Italy, and he rented out a whole floor of this Italian villa, ate all this expensive food, and when he looked at his bank account, it hadn't moved. He's like, that's kind of odd. I just spent, it had to be private planes and boats, and I didn't lose any money. So at that point, he said, I'm fucked. And he then goes on to say that, you make $10 million a film, it's not really $10 million. So that number is a little bit embellished. He says you have agents and publicists, and then you got to pay the government. He says on a $10 million film, you're more likely living on 4.5. But at that point, you're already so big, you have to keep living that lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And he says the only reason I did Jack and Jill was because he didn't have anything else. He says he was not getting the roles that he used to be getting. So therefore, he has to take what's kind of given to him. Most of the roles, he says, he doesn't know what these characters are or what they're doing. He knows he's getting paid.
Man.
That he's doing. I mean, the last movie I saw him in was the Michael Keaton movie. It wasn't too bad. It was
Which one was
directed
that?
by Michael Keaton. He plays a hitman, and Pacino's kind of like his friend in the movie. So
He was good in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood in the brief scene that was in.
Yeah. But again, is that paying
No.
Al Pacino type movie
No.
money?
No.
No, it's not.
No.
So again, Al Pacino is broke. There was one other interesting tidbit. Back when the coronavirus was happening about 3 years ago, Al Pacino came down with the coronavirus and he died, and they had to resuscitate him. And
Really?
that's something that I did not know either. So
Really?
again, Al Pacino, I mean, I couldn't imagine him being, passing away 3 years ago. Yeah.
Interesting.
But he's broke. And I almost wonder if that was Madoff who did all that, but I think Madoff was earlier than that.
I think he was a little earlier than that. Yeah.
But I mean, imagine,
He touched a lot of people that made off of him.
Kevin Bacon was one of
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, that really was expansive.
Hayden, I know you're a big pet person. Do you feed the outside animals at your house?
No.
Now, what? No. You said that pretty emphatically. What do you
Yeah.
think would happen if you started feeding them?
They keep coming back.
This is from the New York Post here, Hayden. A homeowner calls cops after her yard is taken over by more than 100 raccoons demanding food. And I know you like the first line for all these.
Oh, boy.
No good deed goes unpunished.
Mm-mm.
And they got a picture of the deputy.
What
all
in
the
the
raccoons.
world? This is like Dr. Doolittle.
Oh, yeah. Here you go.
That
This is a close-up of them
crazy.
all.
It's
So-
like when you feed the seagulls, right? You grew up in Jersey and you're near the shore. You don't feed the seagulls. You don't feed the seagulls, right? Like we're taught that at a young age. This guy went and fed all the raccoons.
She did, yes. This is in Washington State. The Kitslas County Sheriff's deputies responded to the scene, and the woman told them she'd been feeding the animals around her home for 35 years with no problem. And then 6 weeks ago, the population just exploded
Oh my God.
with dozens of these ring-tailed bandits surrounding her property, demanding food day and night. This is for the article. I can't write this. Too good.
Are they banging on the windows?
Let me tell you, I have cats outside, like a colony of cats.
Yeah.
I can't tell you that my wife does not feed them. They climb up and look in my windows
Oh,
like
oh,
peeping
man.
Toms.
Oh man.
I keep telling her, I said, just leave them alone.
Yeah,
And she doesn't listen. She's like, you started it. And I'm like, that's not the blame here. That's just stop. She doesn't
Stopping
listen.
it.
She doesn't listen.
Oh man.
But the deputies were shocked to see so many raccoons in one place. Her dog has gotten into a scuffle. Fortunately, though, nobody has been bitten or scratched by any of the animals. So, how much do you think it costs to remove a raccoon from your property?
Oh man, good question. I would say like 50 to 100.
Try $500 a pop.
No. That's price gouging. That's crazy. That much money, really? Washington?
$500 a pop. Yes.
So what do you do instead? Because you're not going to pay that. Stick a dynamite into the
BB
yard.
gun? BB gun? I don't know. I mean,
Just buy a dog.
some Alka-Seltzer in the food. I mean, I don't know.
Such a dog out in the yard. Let him chase him away.
So the deputies kind of had an interesting take on this. They said, we really can't help you, ma'am. These raccoons seem to be law-abiding and following all the rules and regulations.
Oh man. They have more rights than you do.
Yeah. At least they're not squatting.
Right. Where's that squat proof guy? Get him out there from a couple weeks ago.
By the way, for you in the audience who aren't aware, this is Hayden Stoll, and I am author Christopher Michael Blake, and we are RealGeekMedia.com. We are going to be covering this week's news events that are currently going on. These are real headlines ripped from the papers. We don't talk politics. We give you our kind of jokes and fecal humor mixed in with reality. But first, Hayden, we have to go over our advertisements.
Yes.
So let's start off from author Christopher Michael Blake, good-looking guy over here. Comes to Cape May murders. Retiring Chief of Police Browning has two different mysteries to solve in the Cape May County area. It's Cape May, New Jersey. The first is the reappearance of a woman who has disappeared for the last 25 years and shouldn't be alive. She's returned with an amnesia. And the second is a killer dressed like the Grim Reaper killer killing off Cape May stakeholders. Chief Browning must figure out how these two mysteries are related before becoming the next victim. Hayden, where would you go to advertise today?
For me, I would use the internet. And specifically, I would go to realgeekmedia.com.
See, I would actually go to like a real company like Zillow or some kind of real place where people are actually getting traffic. But you want to use Real Geek Media, you can. Again, it certainly is priced very fairly. What do you get for, I don't know, say $30, Hayden?
For $30, you can advertise with us, and you will get not one but 2 episodes every other week that you can be a part of.
Now, Hayden, I don't want to price gouge, but maybe we should start.
$500 to remove a raccoon. We might have to.
Well, you know, I hate to pass up an opportunity to make a buck. What do you think about a lifetime sponsorship?
Hey,
What would you think? Or would you charge like that? Like, would you say 15,000, 20,000?
I think that's fair.
Well, how about for the low price of say $3,000
For lifetime?
lifetime
That's a
subscription
steal.
to being on our website and have us talk about your product on YouTube? By the way, we're very popular in Russia, Europe, South America. We get not quite hundreds, but you understand. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitch, Spotify,
We're live on X.
live on X all the time. I will even have Hayden dress up like the Gimp from Pulp Fiction and show up at your house.
Don't you mean the acolyte?
We could do that, or I could dress up like the burrito
It's the same
from
thing.
Chipotle.
Zipper mask Jedi.
Hayden, continuing on with the news today. Do you think that clones are real?
I do. Oh,
Really?
yeah.
Why do
Oh,
you think
yeah.
that?
Man, like there's so much stuff that, like, if you start going down like a rabbit hole, I mean, it could turn into like some conspiracy theory level
I've
stuff.
hit a nerve here, Hayden. I really have with you. I go ahead.
No, I like, you see things like the 23andMe, right? Where, hey, yeah, give us a sample of DNA. We're going to tell you all about your ancestors, but we didn't tell you the government owns this. And they have your DNA, and we got a clone of you ready to go, just on standby. I feel like that stuff is real. It's not out there, and I don't think people are ready for some of that. Those conversations. I really don't think people are ready for that.
I think you were wrong.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you why. Apparently, according to New York Post, Kristen Cavallari, who again was married to Jay Cutler, thinks that 2 celebrities in Hollywood are at least clones, and that she can get in trouble for talking about this.
Mm.
And the first is Kanye West, and the second is Britney Spears.
I don't know about those 2.
The Laguna, well, she's got proof. She has evidence. So let's hear her out. The Laguna Beach star said on her latest episode of Let's Be Honest, she thinks Kanye West and Britney Spears were replaced by clones. And she wholeheartedly believes this about Kanye. And I'm going to tell you why. This is her talking, not me. Remember, he was really talking a lot. He was really saying too much, and the cabal didn't like that, The Illuminati, the cabal, they didn't like how much he was saying. He was calling a lot of people out. He said, if I go away and I come back and I look different, that is not me. What the fuck happened? He was gone. Remember, he just fell off the face of the earth for a little while. And then he came back and gained a whole bunch of weight. Look at him. Compare him to his old photos. He's not the same fucking person. It's not. He didn't just gain weight. Cavallari has the same theory about Britney Spears. That's not Britney Spears. I'm sorry, it's not Britney. Go look at photos. That's not Britney Spears. Then Cavallari pleads, don't cancel me, Hollywood. Let me have my podcast. Yes, and then Cavallari then says, you could ask Spears' sister, but I believe her sister is very scared to talk about this.
Yeah, I mean, stuff like this, it's not something like 20 years ago you would even give an inkling of thought to. And now I think it is something where you can't just say, maybe. Because that's kind of where I am with it. I like, you asked me this question 20 years ago, I'd say you're nuts, right? You ask me this question now, and I'm like,
I still might say you're nuts.
I don't know. I really don't know. Listen, you find out all these things that come to light, and you see all these Weinstein, and you see Jeffrey Epstein, and you see all this Diddy stuff, and you can't tell me that there is stuff that they are working overtime to keep from you and me seeing. And we're never going to know. The regular people are never going to know. But like Hollywood is drenched in this type of stuff. The government is. You can't tell me they're not. And the more you see of it, it's like it just lends credence to some of these theories that are out there. Now, like I said, it's something I would have dismissed wholeheartedly 20 years ago. Now, you really can't. What have we seen since, like we were shut in COVID, like all this stuff that a lot of things people are saying, and all of it's been, or, some of these theories are actually true. So, I would not be surprised. It's outlandish, sure, but I would not be shocked if it's true.
Cavalieri then claims that people have been killed over these allegations. She claims that people who are going to come out and say something about the clones would get killed. She then named Anthony Bourdain as one of those who did. He died by suicide at 61, by the way. And then, of course, people came out and supported her. But TikTok started deleting her Instagram posts about West being a clone. So what does she write?
Thickens.
Yes. She says, little do they know that only censoring me only fires me up.
Watch out.
Yeah.
Watch out. She's ready. She's ready.
Sticking with your boy Kanye West.
Yee.
According to New York Post, Kanye West told his wife Bianca Censori he wanted to have sex with somebody. Can you guess who he wanted to have sex with?
No.
And by the way, she would watch.
Oh,
his wife got to watch.
She got the cuck chair. Who?
Her mother. Kanye West told Bianca Censori that he wanted to have sex with her mother while she watched. The rapper's ex-assistant claims in a new lawsuit, according to reports.
You can't make it up.
West's former personal assistant, OnlyFans star Lauren Piscota, also said in the filing in Los Angeles that the 48-year-old rapper raped and drugged her at a party hosted by Sean Diddy Combs.
I had heard that. Yeah.
The 86-page filing details new allegations against West, including an apparent obsession with wanting to sleep with his partner's mother.
Wild.
Yes.
Wild.
Yes. Apparently, the September 28th, this is very specific, so it's like, how can you be that specific? The September 28th, 2022 exchange centered on Censori's mother, Alexander Censori, who was visiting from Australia at the time. Piscata claimed West showed her another text message that he planned to send to Bianca, in which he clarified that he wanted her to watch him have sex with her mother. Piscata alleges in the court documents that West allegedly showed her from a reply from Bianca, which said, "My mom's married." So if she wasn't married, it'd be okay. I don't kind of quit that. But yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Big yikes.
Piscata claims that she was roofied by West at one of Combs' infamous parties year before she worked for Yeezy. Yeah, so she's part of that whole thing. Yeah. Of course, counters and says that her lawsuit is baseless and she's trying to basically blackmail him at this point. Hey, that last email I sent you with the last clip.
Is this the trailer?
Oh, this is the trailer.
Let me pull it up.
Oh, it is. You can't make this stuff up nowadays. It's good.
All right, hold on. Let's get this thing ready. Are we ready?
This is the trailer for Sancta, by the way.
Sancta. Here we go.
Yes.
What in the world? Oh, Tony Hawk. Wow.
Now, this is in Germany currently. This is from them, by the way, Entertainment News. And the title is Nude Nuns, Lesbian BDSM, and Cannibalism. A 103-year-old opera has theater goers fainting.
I mean, I think we just reviewed The Acolyte.
That's a good one there, Hayden. Apparently, a contentious lesbian staging of a 103-year-old opera that features bloody gore and kinky themes in relation to Catholicism has reportedly left at least 18 theater goers in need of medical attention in Stuttgart, Germany this past weekend.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
This is a reimagining of a Catholic Mass, which is putting it lightly. According to Spike Art magazine, this opera has everything. Half-nude roller skating nuns, BDSM play, lesbian sex, and cannibalism. Yes, literal cannibalism. Now, you might be thinking, Hayden, that's all fake. Au contraire. Because the lady who runs this thing says, if you don't want to see it, don't come. Oh, yes. Well, apparently.
The old modern audience standby line.
The half-nude nuns skateboard in half-pipe. Bodies hang upside down inside bells as human clappers. Other nuns engage in lesbian sex acts, including getting spanked by Jesus Christ.
Wow.
And audience members are invited to confess their sins in exchange for vodka. In one particularly gory moment, Spike Art magazine reports that a piece of flesh is cut from one of the performer's sides, fried in a pan, and consumed by a fellow nun before another performer puts their finger in the wound.
Is Armie Hammer in this?
You know, I have not seen Armie in quite a while. I know he's in the back there somewhere.
I mean, I think he would have been front and center for a part in this.
Look, I can only tell you. Yeah, apparently 18 people fell ill, but the people who run this say, oh, no, they were ill before they started this.
Ah, yes.
And once they gave them some water and saw a doctor, they pulled.
What in the world?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
That's Sancta. Yeah.
Sancta.
Yes. From the Stuttgart State Opera. Yeah, it's in Germany.
So listen, when you go to AMC and you see how sometimes they show like plays and opera at those, and if we're sitting there watching the trailers and that thing pops up, I'm gonna be like, yo, we're gonna go see this.
Yeah, I remember the movie Solar Babies when I was growing up,
Yes,
with the nuns on roller skates and the guys are chasing them. You know,
Yes.
I kind of have flashbacks to that a little bit.
That's Lawrence of Arabia compared to this thing.
I can't wrap my head around it. I really can't. And if you didn't see the trailer, you wouldn't believe me.
Yeah, that thing's crazy. They had the little person on the thing twisting around. Like, what was that?
Look, I guess that's the Pope. I don't know.
Oh, wild.
All I could think about was, where's Whoopi Goldberg at for Sister Act 3?
Sancta Act.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Sancta Act. She could be in that. Oh boy.
We've covered this before, Hayden. In China they have the little dogs pretending to be pandas.
Yes. Yes.
And you would think that fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Mm-hmm.
However, in their aquarium, several patrons are getting very upset. Can you guess why?
In the aquarium?
In the aquarium.
Are people dressing up as fish?
Well, apparently the aquarium's, this is from New York Post, the aquarium's star whale shark shocks its visitors because it's a robot.
A robot.
Yes.
Like the Jaws robot in,
Unfortunately,
Universal Studios.
It's not that well done. Oh, I'm not kidding. Just when you thought it was safe to go back to the water park, a Chinese aquarium was ripped by angry fans after its hype giant shark was revealed to be a robot.
Oh boy.
The deep fake occurred at the Exio SeaWorld in Shenzhen, which opened on October 1st following a one-year renovation. During its week-long run, it attracted 100,000 visitors who paid around $40 each to enter. However, visitors were not pleased to see a robotic whale shark. Yeah.
Not
They thought
pleased.
it was touted as the world's largest fish, capable of attaining over 60 feet in length. However, many felt cheated after realizing that the so-called regal sea beast was actually just a mechanical doppelganger.
Oh boy.
Several photos through the gas tank show that the fishy robot had obvious gaps in his torso where segments had been connected, evoking a prop from a cheesy sci-fi channel shark movie.
Sharknado.
Yeah, it mentioned Sharknado. Yes, it does. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, dear.
By 3 o'clock, people were already demanding refunds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, the Robo Shark cost millions of Chinese yuan to construct. But yeah, they didn't have a real one. So a lot of zoo goers over there were very upset. Hayden, when's the last time you forgot your phone at home?
Oh man, it's been a minute. I'm usually pretty good at remembering it nowadays. But there was a time when, I was working, I was driving around making stops throughout North Jersey, and I had a flip phone, right? And I had, just took a call, closed the phone, I put it on the hood of the car, put my bag in. This was out near Phillipsburg, right? So now I'm getting the car, I start driving, I get home, and I'm like, where's the phone? And I'm like, you know what? I took it out, I put it on the hood of the car, and I drove away. Every time after that, I've never really done that.
Did you start threatening anybody?
No. It's my fault.
So would you be surprised to know that Frontier Airlines passenger rant after she leaves her phone back at the terminal? So,
she ranted at them.
Hold on now. So here you go. Again, it's New York Post. What would you tell somebody to make them turn around the plane? It's just starting to leave. They're getting ready to go airborne. What would you say?
I mean, if somebody's sick or throwing up or dying or shot or killed.
Those are excuses. However, that was not what this woman said.
Oh, God.
Here you go. Wild video shows a Frontier Airlines passenger bizarrely claiming to be a sovereign ruler and president of this whole goddamn country in a meltdown over the pilot refusing to turn back to let her get her phone from the airport.
What?
Hayden, if you want to watch it, it's not very well done, but it's I believe it's there.
What's that?
From the airline. I might not have sent that.
Oh yeah, I got it.
Go ahead and hit that one if you don't
Let
mind.
me get it.
It's not very well done, but they do highlight some other kind of problems that have been on airplanes lately.
All right. There we go.
It's everywhere. If I was white in a suit, you would stop the plane. Laugh now. I am the president of this whole goddamn country. Watch you see the TV news. That's a damn bona fide word.
Just plain wrong.
sovereign ruler and president of the whole goddamn country. That's not the worst of what she said, by the way. I'm not getting to the rest of it, but
Oh boy.
she wanted to turn the plane around and retrieve her lost phone from the gate at the airport.
Exercise the demons.
You say potato, I say potato.
So you already have people in this panic state, in this mode of uneasiness. Nobody's relaxed on a plane. That's why they're looking to alcohol to try to calm their nerves. And
Apparently
that's
weed
having the
edibles, too.
opposite effect. And people are just getting more worked up. And then you have altercations.
Oh boy.
So this woman who had left her phone at the gate by accident, she demands the plane be turned around. And when it's not, she says, if I was white and in a suit, you would stop the fucking plane. Laugh now, I'm the president of this whole goddamn country. Watch, see the fucking TV news. She then continues, because this is what we didn't see. Yes, I need to get off this plane. I'm going to tell you straight up. Don't you ever come against nobody because of the color of their skin again, without any explanation of why race is involved. She then says, I've been a Frontier customer for 8 years, and suggested the pilot had enough warning to turn back. Don't tell me you had enough to stop. Tell the pilot not to go. You just released him from the bay. I saw it out the window. I know it was in my heart. I am an affirmed sovereign ruler here in the government.
Yeah.
After demanding the flight attendant's name, the woman appears to turn her ire toward her fellow passengers, raising, keep laughing, watch what happens. You'll be expired just like your battery on your watch.
Oh boy.
7
boy.
7 continents I own.
All 7.
All 7.
She owns them.
She
Pretty
owns
great.
them.
Pretty great. That's why. That's. But what if you were on that plane, right? What is your reaction? Are you like?
I have one reaction. Only one. Where is Liam Neeson at? He needs to be here right now to stop this.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously this one's a terrorist and she needs to be dealt with immediately.
Liam Neeson's a good answer. It's a good
It's
answer.
the only answer at that point.
Yeah, yeah.
And if he's not on the plane, I mean, we're fucked.
Seen too many of these movies. We know how this goes.
Look, Steven Seagal couldn't do anything. So, I mean, look, obviously Liam Neeson is the answer.
I like it. I like it.
Hayden, we finally have the answers. For a
Answer.
while now, we've been looking at the X-Files, right, to tell you what's up in the skies and all these UFO sightings. Our own genius for our own time has come up with those answers. That's Elon Musk. And according to this New York Post article, Elon Musk reveals his thoughts on what he believes is behind the UFO sightings. Do you happen to know what it is? What
No,
his guess
I did not
is?
see this. What is his guess?
He says it's the U.S. government.
Behind the UFO sightings.
SpaceX CEO Elon Musk believes that the alleged UFOs seen zipping around the United States are not extraterrestrial life, but are more likely the U.S. government's new weapons programs that are highly classified. Musk 53 reveals he has not seen any evidence of aliens during his interview with Tucker Carlson on Monday. There's a lot we don't know. Where did we come from? Where are the aliens? But he says there's over 6,000 satellites in orbit, and they have not had once to maneuver around an alien spacecraft. SpaceX has 6,300 active Starlink satellites in low Earth orbit as of September 24th. Yep.
Interesting.
So, yeah, well.
I mean, I don't know. Do you believe in that stuff?
My opinion is that they are already here, and that they're not coming from outer space, these aliens, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Well, there's wormholes, portals. It could be advanced time travel. They could be in the sea, because let's face it, they could have bases in Alaska or Antarctica.
Antarctica is the one that really I find very interesting.
But again, that's just my opinion. So I don't think they're coming from outer space, actually. And that's maybe initially they did and they had to, but I believe once they set up a base here, it's kind of like that Starfleet. We can't interfere, but I'm sure that they are. You know, Musk claims that the new aircraft and new missiles and the things that the government is currently working on is highly classified, and the U.S. military may not even be aware of what's being tested. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. He argues that the government would villainize aliens if it knew of their existence to easily greenlight military spending.
Hey, Star Trek First Contact.
Correct. Have you seen the new Bath and Body Work candle?
No.
It's called Snowed In. And this week, Bath and Body had to come out and apologize for that candle.
Really? Why?
Well, you might think that the woke mob was once again at work because they claimed that the candle was racist and resembled Klansmen.
What?
Yes. However, in this case, I think the woke mob was correct.
Oh boy.
Oh yes. Oh, this is a good one, Hayden. This is from the New York Post. Bath and Body Works apologizes for candle that users say looks like the Ku Klux Klan hood.
Oh my God.
And you might be saying, there's no possible way this could look like a Ku Klux Klan person. Oh, but contraire.
No. Stop. That's that candle? That's what it looks like? What? That's just not smart.
Well, the obvious parallel here would be this.
Right. That's kind of crazy.
So I would say that they were 100% right in calling that one out.
That's
at
fair.
Least, at least change the label at this point. You don't have to cancel the, but maybe change the label design.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
People told me it looks like an alien. I'm like,
I don't know. The point with the eye hole. I mean, look, come on. That's just on the nose. Like, what are you doing?
Oh, it's a burning cross in the background.
Well, I mean, there's flame involved at the candle. I mean, we're not that far off at this point.
I didn't think about that one.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I gotta agree with the woke mob on that one. That one's a swing and a miss.
Oh yeah.
Is it Bath and Body Works?
Yes, that was Bath and Body Works.
Oof.
They missed that one.
Yeah. Quality control, slight oversight there.
Hayden, this one's from MSNBC. Kentucky spellcasting woman allegedly cooks her mother's severed head. Apparently, she was an aspiring actor at the time.
She just cooked it. She was hungry.
Well, I'll read you the article here. It's the Kentucky woman accused of killing and dismembering her mother and then cooking her severed head and other body parts was an aspiring actor in California who went by a different name. So Orlena Mayfields was arrested on October 9th following an 11-hour standoff with state police after a worker found a disemboweled human torso in the backyard of her mother's home.
Yikes.
Fields has since been charged with murder of her mother after she emerged covered in blood from the Mount Oliver, Kentucky home where investigators found a charred and severed head, hands, feet, and a forearm still warm in a pot in the oven.
That's kind of crazy.
Fields allegedly shot her mother in the head and also intentionally tortured and killed a dog, according to the indictment. A worker hired by Trudy called 911 after he found the body in the yard and said that the Fields was casting spells on him. Fields' family members were shocked and devastated by the gruesome murder and told the news station she had recently moved back to her mother's Kentucky house after living in California for several years while pursuing a career as an actor, model, and singer. She went by the name Naomi Navarre while living in the Golden State. I wonder if she's at a Diddy party and this kind of gave her the sexual the think about it.
Getting the ideas. Yeah.
The psychotic break when it started there.
Hmm.
Well, this is her picture while she's modeling.
Okay. Yikes.
Yeah. She only was able to star in 2 movies, The Desert Project and A Dance Story, according to her IMDb page. Both films was set out in 2019. So yeah, if you have a woman who wants to be an actress and she's casting spells, it might be time to get out of there.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hayden, if there was ever like a fast food like chip that you would make a regular meal out of, what would it be?
A chip
That chip.
to make a meal out of. Suppose like Doritos, you can make nachos. You can put like,
Say no more. The genie has spoken. The Wishmaster has granted your wish.
oh,
This is according to NewYorkPost.com. Doritos opens first ever restaurant in said
No.
Los Angeles arena.
really?
And they have all the crap you never would want to eat or try. A new restaurant is now available inside Los Angeles' Crypto.com arena with a twist on a beloved snack. Doritos announced it has opened a new, bold culinary experience for ticket holders to seek the unexpected by opening a Doritos After Dark restaurant inside the LA arena.
Doritos After Dark.
Yes.
It's a fine dining establishment.
We are taking cues from our consumers, and we are enabling people to experience their favorite brands from Frito-Lay in delicious new ways.
Dear God.
The globally inspired flavors of Doritos After Dark menu will arrive will invite late night fan food to see creative and surprising ways Doritos can enhance their favorite meals and cocktails. The restaurant will offer everything from spicy appetizers to bold entrees, sweet desserts, according to the company. We're going to take the chips out of the bag and put the distinctive chips into recipes, and the culinary possibilities are endless there.
My goodness.
Yeah,
I don't know. Would you go to that restaurant, the Doritos restaurant? I feel like there's other options if you're in LA.
The restaurant will serve everything from Dorito margaritas and veggie dumplings to ice cream and California rolls, all with the Dorito twist.
No, thank you. I'm good.
They have a picture of the
Hard
Dorito
pass.
dumpling, I guess.
Just go to a regular sushi restaurant, or like, ugh.
Dorito flavored ice cream.
No. Why? But why?
We're fulfilling your wish. You asked for this, Hayden.
Don't you ask me. If there was a genie in a bottle and they gave
Have
you
you not
three
seen the
wishes,
movie
this would
Wish-
not be one of them.
Have you not seen the movie Wishmaster?
Yes.
Now we're going to take your soul.
Was it worth it? Oh man.
Hayden, I sent you one last clip. If you could play that clip.
This is the couples.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let me fire it up.
We're always about promoting new and exciting competition.
To hear more from the crowd. Come on. Let's go. We gotta hype these guys up.
This video is from the North American Wife Carrying Contest.
Wife carrying contest.
Into the finish. Team 22 right behind him on the dirt pile.
He's just gonna do a Canadian destroyer.
Yeah, drop her.
Broken neck.
I'm glad she's wearing the helmet, not him.
I need to hear more from the crowd. Come on.
Shut that off there.
That's kind of crazy.
So the title, this is the U.S. News. Mud, Beer, and Cash annual wife carrying championship attracts competitive couples to Maine. The sport's origin story isn't exactly politically correct, though. You ready for this? This is
Ready.
again in Maine. It's based on a 19th century Finnish legend involving a man known as Ronakina the Robber, whose gang was known to pillage villages and carry away women. According to the website wifecarrying.org.
.org.
Oh, of
They
course,
have
it's
a-
not profit.
Yeah. Wow.
Traditionally, the finish event featured male competitors carrying a woman. However, couples now don't have to be married, and they don't have to necessarily be man and woman. They could be women and woman, man and man, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you're going to say, well, what does the winner of this happen to win? Because, again, now you have to navigate a grassy hillside, 278 yards of carrying your wife. You saw the little trench with the moat and the mud. What does the winner get, Hayden? What do you think? It was posted up there. I don't know if you read it or not.
No, I didn't. I didn't read it.
The winner gets 5 times their wife's weight in beer and cash.
Really?
Correct. Yeah.
I mean, it like right off the bat, it feels like it's that could be pretty significant. Then you realize
it's not
not a lot of money at all.
No, it's definitely not. It's not a lot of money.
It's not.
But again, this just kind of fits into the last couple of weeks we've had themes where it's like weird competitions.
Yes.
You know,
it's interesting that
only this was in America.
There's a lot of these things, these just oddball competitions that are out there. Like, I feel like we need to create our own at some point.
Again, we could offer the lifetime sponsorship. That's an option. And of course, the entry fee is non-refundable. That's $50. And we will give you the $5 trophy. What?
I don't know about the 5 times your weight.
Oh, no. And you have to buy your own T-shirt, too. The T-shirt's $25.
There you go.
The T-shirt has to be $25. Come on now, Hayden. I'll show you how to make money on this. Don't worry about it.
There you go.
When no one attends, you'll know why.
Oh, God.
Now, Hayden, if you're a police officer and you pull somebody over in Oregon and it's a stolen vehicle, and you happen to run across a bag that says, "This is not a bag full of drugs," what would you think would be in that bag?
Oh, that's 100% drugs. Like 100%.
You know, you make a good cop, Hayden.
I mean,
I would think there was not any drugs in there. I would think that they would be honest people.
Is this not like Academy Day 1?
Apparently not. So, police find bag of drugs labeled definitely not a bag full of drugs. This is in Portland, Oregon.
Maybe it's like I can't believe it's not butter kind of deal.
Well, authorities in Oregon pulled over a stolen vehicle and found a bag full of drugs that ironically had the label "not a bag of drugs" printed on the outside of it.
That's so good.
37-year-old Mia Rochelle and 35-year-old Reginald Lamont Reynolds was found more than just in a stolen vehicle. They also had a bag full of drugs labeled "not a bag full of drugs," along with scales, money, and a loaded handgun.
Yes, loaded handgun.
They even have the
not definitely.
In case you were thinking that's
like it's like a prepared thing. Like you picked out the font and how to layer it and present it. That's just wild.
Reynolds was charged with delivery of meth, unlawful possession of meth, unauthorized use of a vehicle, and possession of a stolen vehicle. Hayden, how many times do I have to tell you not to go to McDonald's?
Yeah, I mean, this is like a weekly reminder.
Oh, every week I just type in McDonald's crime, and this is what comes up. So I'm not kidding. This is by The Independent, by the way. Woman stabbed a McDonald's worker to death as he ate his meal inside a Mississippi restaurant. A woman stabbed a McDonald's worker to death by pouncing on him and knifing him as he ate his meal.
Oh, what a horrible way to go.
Destiny Gordon was charged with murder in connection to the incident, according to WLBT. She was in a Mississippi courtroom on Monday for an arraignment where bail was set at $2 million. I guess the victim, Christopher Boris, 22, was eating inside a Jackson, Mississippi location when Gibson allegedly attacked. They had been in some kind of an argument, verbal altercation, but it was kind of over, and he was playing on his phone when she jumped up on him and plunged a knife into his chest.
God.
The victim tried to flee, but Gibson went after him.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Whatever the verbal exchange was, it did not justify you producing a very large knife to take this young man's life, Wade told the outlet. That's the police officer. The defense attorney for this woman, Miss Gibson, said that she's homeless and had lived in the area for about 5 years. She is also accused of attacking another person inside the jail once she was arrested. Yeah.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
Hayden, what would you do if you rolled up to Burger King? Safer than McDonald's, right?
Well, there's royalty involved.
The Royale with cheese. And you said, hey, I need you to cut my hamburger in half, and please don't put any mayo on it. Do you think they could do that right?
No. No. That's like a request that you should just don't ask. Don't ask. It's not going to be done right. It's too much. Too much.
So this one's kind of a hot topic. This is from Yahoo. Georgia sheriff facing backlash for calling Burger King drive-through for calling the police on his deputies on a Burger King drive-through after they got his order wrong. A county sheriff in Georgia is currently under fire for having what is possibly one of the most extra and potentially dangerous overreactions ever. Cobb County Sheriff called for backup in a Burger King drive-thru because the workers got his order wrong.
Get a liter of cola.
Cobb County Sheriff Greg Owens Jr. Asked the workers to cut the burgers in half, which is apparently something they refused to do. So I guess his wife also had an allergy to mayonnaise, so he asked for them to not put mayonnaise on it, which of course they did. And Owens then called for backup from the deputies.
Oh, boy.
An officer can be seen walking up to Owens in his pickup truck. Owens then says, hey, officer, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to get – all I need is the name of the owner, whoever owns this damn facility, or the manager. I don't need no damn money back no more. I just need to find out who owns the place so I can do an official complaint. The officer then goes up to the Burger King where they've locked themselves in at that point. Not making that up, by the way. The three officers walk up to the Burger King. The doors have been locked. The employees are scared for their life with the sudden presence of police. Eventually, they open up and ask to speak to the assistant manager. And they say, of course, nobody's in trouble. We just came to get some names because that's what the police always say. The officer continues to explain as for the man outside who happens to be our boss, who wants the information to file a complaint for his fast food.
I feel like, don't these places still have like the plastic knife? Couldn't you not cut your own hamburger in half with a plastic knife?
Hayden, I believe that meat is tender enough that you can just kind of...
You could rip it. I do not get this one.
Well, Owens is saying that this is a political hit, that, he made a poor judgment calling the police just to get a name so he can write a complaint. He should have just drove away and then filed something online. But I guess he's running for office. So, of course, once they got a hold of this footage, it was kind of like one of those, oh, no, we're putting this out there right in time for political season.
Yep.
So,
yeah. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Hayden, your kids play Roblox, Minecraft?
Roblox, yeah.
This is from New York Post. Roblox branded pedophile hellscape with games like Escape to Epstein Island and Diddy Party. I can't write this. It's from New York Post, man.
Did you download Diddy Party from Roblox?
So I'm going to tell you a quick story. I'm sitting next to my daughter, and she's playing Roblox, and she's 7 years old. And in the game, she walks into a bank, produces a stick of dynamite, and proceeds to rob the bank. And then walk out with a whole cachet of money in a bag. And I asked her about this, and she goes, this is just what kids do nowadays, Dad.
It's your imagination. Dreams come true.
It just excuses everything. It's like, this is what kids do nowadays.
Back when you and I used to ride our bikes and you could play and imagine and use your head, like imagination. Kids now, it's all at your fingertips.
Here you go. Popular kids game Roblox is branded a pedophile hellscape with titles such as Diddy Party, and Escape to Epstein Island, according to the Hindenburg research. Roblox was images of male genitalia,
Oh God.
predators, digital strip clubs,
Oh
and
my
red
God.
light districts. We found Roblox to be an X-rated pedophile hellscape replete with users attempting to groom our avatars, groups openly trading child pornography, widely accessible sex games, violent content, and extremely abusive speech, all of which is open to young children, and all while Roblox has cut content moderation spending to appease Wall Street and boost earnings. That's what Hindenburg says.
Wow.
Roblox has around 80 million daily users on its gaming platform that are 16 years old or under, with 1 in 5 under age 9.
Yeah, I believe it.
The Hindenburg report cites over 600 experiences that reference alleged sexual predator Sean Diddy Combs, including freak-off role-play games.
It's scary. It's a scary scenario for sure. We laugh, I laugh, but I mean, it is definitely scary.
Roblox also hosted over 900 account variations of the name Jeffrey Epstein, according to numerous fan accounts.
What's your Roblox handle? Jeffrey Epstein. God.
Oh, it still gets better.
Mine's Diddy. Friend me.
A 9-year-old's account was able to access a game called Escape to Epstein Island, whose thumbnail image shows Epstein appearing to give chase to a young girl. The short seller accused Roblox of implementing zero upfront screening that might keep pedophiles off the platform, as well as seemingly zero upfront moderation experiences. Yeah.
Yikes.
Roblox denies all these claims. We totally reject all this whole report.
Of course you do.
So, yeah. Last story here, Hayden.
It's scary. It's scary. I mean, we laugh, but there's some scary stuff in there.
Look, anytime you got like an imaginary video game character named Jeffrey Epstein chasing you around, it could be good.
It's never going to end well.
This is also from New York Post, the last news story for the night. Sotheby's to auction painting by humanoid robot in a futuristic first. How much would you pay for the first robot canvas drawing? I'll tell you who it's of. It's of Alan Turing. You know who Alan Turing was?
No.
He was the person who, during World War II, invented the first computer. It solved the Enigma code.
Okay.
If you've ever seen the movie with Benedict Cumberbatch, it's very well done.
Yes.
Alan Turing invented the first computer which could crack the German submarines' codes, and they can basically know where they were going to attack next. Well, this AI droid, which can't walk, they had to wheel it over to the canvas, created 2 AI paintings of Alan Turing. So how much would you pay for these 2 paintings?
I wouldn't pay shit. Nothing. Zero.
The robot known as ADI, no, I'm not kidding, AI/-DA,
C3PO,
created the painting of renowned mathematician and computer scientist Alan Turing entitled AI God with his own hydraulically powered hands. These paintings are expected to fetch a whopping $180,000.
That's absurd. This is like the Terminator making a painting of Miles Dyson. Like, what is this?
Together, they prompt a discussion of how we can appreciate and experience the ever-evolving possibilities around art making in the 21st century. The human presenting machine, replete with a fashionable bob haircut, overalls, robotic arms, and a flesh-like face is designed to be a performance artist, designer, and poet. However, the bag of bolts cannot walk, and its creators assure that ADI is non-conscious.
Sure.
For today, right?
For now. For now.
ADI's artwork has been featured in places such as the United Nations and at the Tesla factory. And ADI has been given 10 speeches at 10 Downing Street, the House of Lords, and the Founders Forum. Here's a picture of her, in case you want to know how lifelike she actually looks.
This stuff is wild. This stuff is wild. Like they had that Elon Musk. Did you see this with like the Optimus droids?
The first one just got put in the house in California this past week. I was good actually work that in, but I had to cut some content.
Oh yeah. I think it's interesting to a point, but we've all seen Terminator. We've all seen iRobot. You know, it's kind of sketchy. I don't know.
Scary is the word, not sketchy. You have. I mean, look, you don't have enough starving artists out there and people who want to paint for a living that you have to go out and support a robot.
It's crazy.
I mean, I just,
absolutely crazy.
Hayden, that's the news.
That's the news.
That's the news.
Interesting. I mean, that's definitely one to chew on. That AI stuff with robots, actually physical robots, not just like a computer program. This is a actual robot that is supposed to look like a human to make you feel more comfortable about it, which is weird, just weird. But I'm sure we're going to get more and more of those as that stuff's getting into production and, like you said, into people's homes now. So just wait till they start learning a little too quickly and a little too much. Don't like it.
Wait till robots are called racist. What? Because you forgot your phone at the airport terminal.
That's the attitude in Star Wars after the Clone Wars. Oh, droids. We don't serve their kind. We'll get there.
Some interesting news stories, though.
Yeah, agreed.
From wild raccoons to
yeah,
Al Pacino being broke. I mean, he got a lot of information tonight.
See, Al Pacino just needs to buy a droid that paints for him. He won't have to worry about money. Hooah!
Yeah, he ain't driving a Lamborghini anytime soon.
Oh my gosh. Christopher, what do we got coming up?
Next program, we're going to be reviewing the film Terrifier 3.
Excited for that.
Also, I'm going to have a huge announcement during our next program. I'm going to be giving you the name and possibly the image of my next book coming out.
Ooh.
And it's in the can. It's ready to go. It'll be having I can tell you this, it'll have a February 1st release date of next year.
Cool. Very cool.
So
that's exciting.
I just want to make sure I give it to my readers first in the email. I'll give it to you guys second, and then I'll be posting it on all the news forums and stuff that I do. But I'm very excited about it. I think it's one of the better ideas that I've had. So
very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
So check us out next time, 2 weeks from now. We'll be back with Terrifier 3. We'll have some special announcements from Christopher, and we'll see you then. And thank you guys for joining us. And, thank our special guest, Rocky, from last episode, and
Macabre World Podcast, darkerartstudio.com for Rocky. Don't forget, lifetime sponsorship here at Real Geek Media, $3,000.
That's it.
What could go wrong? Can you say Ponzi scheme? I can. That's not a Ponzi scheme. We're giving you what we promised.
Yeah.
We'll put you on a website that nobody watches, and a program where we could bury you in between a couple, stories like this.
There you go.
And Hayden will show up in the GIMP outfit, like I told you.
Got to oil the zipper. It's a little rusty.
Just make sure you don't catch the boys in there. I told you I got some icicles growing down here. It's cold. I refuse to put the heat on.
Yeah, I don't blame you. On that note, I'm Hayden Stoll. He's Christopher Michael Blake. We will see you next time. Have a good night.